Excuse you?
Stop talking.
Do you know who I am?
So fast, I just... Get off of me!
Entitled shoplifters know perfectly well that stealing is against the law, but the following cases had suspects that were simply too entitled to admit their wrongs. Starting with, yep, I am not kidding, a woman named Karen.
No.
Excuse you?
Stop talking.
Do you know who I am?
On October 22nd, 2022, officers were called to a Target store in Ohio. A woman named Karen was caught with a cart full of groceries. When the officers arrived, she started acting extremely ignorant.
Hello. Hey, what's up? Where's right over this? Okay. Thank you for coming. So, who got hit in the face?
I think that's a good teammate.
Okay, then who hit him?
They guessed that he currently has a
21 safe fire.
487.
I'll tell you that, please.
27. 421, repeat.
Safe fire. So what happened?
She
Okay, you seem secure at 2046.
Nice.
Okay.
Came up, I tried to verbally de-escalate. She told me that she wanted to rep it out, and I told her we couldn't do that.
Okay.
And then she said, excuse me, and I was like, ma'am, like, I need you to back up or leave, like, but we can't do that for you. So she started charging at me. I came all the way back into my office, into an enclosed space, and I hit her in the face.
Okay. Are you
And I have it all on video.
Ma'am, are you okay?
Physically, I'm okay. Emotionally, I am there.
Car 4 David 31.
Okay.
In front of the big lot,
Let me test your
825
face.
Main.
The security guard tells the officer his side of the story, and looking at the CCTV footage, we can see the security guard and the woman in a fierce verbal exchange of words. The Karen indeed does aggressively back the security officer into his office, where he hits her in the face. A very fair way to react when you feel threatened like that. The Karen, however, certainly disagrees.
I tried to close you out of my office, and you just kept on pushing your way in.
That's all right.
No, sir. I didn't push my way in.
Yes, you did.
I came around the corner quickly.
Hey, would you
I did not push
quit
the
talking?
door.
Hey, no.
Excuse you?
Stop talking. When I'm telling you, you stop talking, okay?
Do you know who I am?
We'll figure that out when I get your ID. You have cameras here, right? That's all that matters.
You clearly don't know who I am.
Man.
Is your ID in here?
Talk. Is your ID in here?
No.
Okay.
My ID isn't here.
May I see it?
Sure. Why do you need my ID? You're not taking his.
To identify him. We know who he is.
How? What's his name?
We've been here
What's his name?
many times.
You identified
Can I
him. What's
have your
his
ID?
name? If I have to give my ID in this situation,
I'll
why
get his
doesn't
ID
he?
too. Don't worry about
Exactly.
it.
This has to
Alright,
be
you're
right.
just digging a hole here.
No,
Let me have
we're
your
gonna
ID.
do this the right way.
Ma'am,
We've been doing it the wrong way for a long. No, Thank
Yeah,
you.
it is.
Thank
Keep your
you.
ID.
Thank you. No, we're gonna do this properly. If we're gonna have this conversation, we will do it properly.
After Karen tries arguing with the officer, he goes around to talk to the staff to learn some more about the situation. What the staff tells him is honestly baffling.
So, if you want to go first, like, what happened?
Okay, so I was walking by, and Dean calls me and says that this woman asked to speak to a manager.
Okay.
Which like happens a lot, you know. So I come here, Frank. This is her order.
Okay.
That's her files, and she said, I'm not gonna have enough money to pay for this. I need to talk to a manager. She happened to be walking by.
Okay, and you were a manager? Okay.
I'm closing the phone tonight. They started here, and you can finish that part. Okay, so I came around and I was like, hey, what can I do for you?
Okay.
Usually it's like the price is wrong or whatever. She starts going on this spiel
King 31,
about
airport defended by.
about how I've had a privileged life and she's been disadvantaged, and then said that she was asking Target to make reparations for her. And I said, that's not something we can do tonight. If you need a donation, you can call tomorrow. I can put you in touch with the HR person, but it isn't something I can do for you right now, Terry.
Okay.
And then she was like, you need to put me in touch with someone tonight. And I was like, I can't. There isn't.
Okay. Strange.
Yeah.
Strange.
So she just basically just kept saying that. And then she got really close to me. So I put my hands up and backed up, and she like followed me. She was like breathing into my eyeballs.
Was she screaming at you or?
Yeah. So she got really close to me. I put my hands up. I touched her shoulders because she was like coming into my space.
Okay.
And then she because I touched her, she went after that and just started screaming really loudly and backing me up against the soda machine.
Okay.
And then that's when our security she called our security person and he came over and intervened.
So what caused the issue then here today?
Because
Check
I
lane
came
10.
in,
Actually, it's kind of.
Target is somewhat of a home for me. And we were gonna have a big discussion here, and I asked her to do it nicely.
Who are you gonna have this big discussion with?
With Target, whoever in Target I needed to speak
What were
with.
you asking her to do?
Reach out to her manager so we can have a larger discussion about how money works and how provision works and how it's been working in our community in a very wrong way.
Can you elaborate a little bit, go into further detail?
Sure. I was asking with the support of my community to come behind me in a big way to have a money conversation. There have been people subjugated and locked out of things. We have decided we were not going to have a bigger conversation. I decided to take a stand. This is my Rosa Parks moment, dude. Don't play with me.
I'm just listening, that's all I'm doing.
We're having a conversation about how to reconcile the fact that some people benefited off of a system that was great against other people. I asked nicely to have that conversation.
Okay, what were you asking for?
For her to connect me with who I could talk to.
What was your purpose of that further conversation? What were you gonna ask that person for to do?
To break the lies around money.
What's that mean?
We all know money has not been treating everybody equally.
Okay.
Money is not the only way for things to happen.
The woman goes on about some vague talk about money. It is clear to everyone that she was just trying to score some free groceries, but this seems impossible for the woman to admit. Her arguments became more and more oblivious as the interrogation went on.
Were you asking for them to make a donation, essentially? Or to let you have them for free? What was it?
I was coming up to the limit of where I had money. I was trying to ask if Target would comp me the rest, and we would have a conversation, a bigger conversation about why, because I know the heart of this place.
Okay.
It's the right place for me to have this conversation.
Yeah, Target's a good company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was trying to have a hard conversation in a safe place.
Yeah. So did you?
No.
I got up there,
People
I
hit
feel like
me for that.
exactly what was said.
I did it the right way.
And then when I was.
I went through the right steps. They kept, the problem why money doesn't work right is because it blocks people at checkpoints. And I'm tired of locking good people out. You don't get paid what you deserve. Nearly as much. Because choosing to do the right thing in this world costs us monetarily. That's not fair.
I mean, I don't know.
The system is rigged against people doing the right thing.
Okay.
Because this world is selfish.
I won't
There
disagree
are
with
good people,
that.
I'm trying to have a bigger discussion of that. How selfish people are holding other people down for their, y'all are in this too.
So, can
I
I?
live across, this is the aisle I crossed, because my dad was a police officer in the military.
You good?
He hit my mom. She called you guys. We lived in a white neighborhood. I knew you were good because I knew my dad. He was supposed to come in and mediate, but he wasn't comfortable with the way we looked. So he stood at the door and said, "Ma'am, you should just stay." And she listened, and it broke our entire family. He did not do his job because he was scared. No. I will give you another example.
Can I talk for a second?
Sure.
Alright. So to simplify what happened outside, you had a certain amount of money that was with you, correct? And you asked somebody
I don't think there's enough.
to cover the rest, correct? That was your goal?
Would you both those?
That was your goal, correct? To cover the rest?
Yes,
And were you can I please finish?
Yeah.
Were you anticipating that matter would be resolved right here, right now?
No.
Okay.
I knew I asked her to put me in touch with the
Because that would be unreasonable to anticipate that somebody at this level could monetarily make a decision for a
But they
business.
blocked me from the bigger.
Well, you could have called us. We could absolutely help you get a phone number. The internet's got phone numbers. We could have found it. You could have found
That's
it.
fine, but I wasn't the wrong one in the situation.
At this point, it is just starting to get ridiculous. Karen keeps going on about the system and why she is entitled to do things in a way, but the fact is, she aggressively shoved a security guard into a room. When the officers try to take her to the police station, her real nature starts showing.
Ashley was able to tell me as far as the door. Because she said the door shut and she couldn't see you two inside.
Yeah, so I tried to literally close her out, but at that point she was like pretty much running, so she barreled her way in and then kept coming into my office.
Okay. Yes, and you just hit her and that's it?
Hit her like right in the face, like that can tell.
Ashley, minimum tonight is banning her from premises, I'm guessing. Pressing charges, something like that.
Yeah.
Attempted assault at least.
I mean, yeah.
You can stand up, let's go outside.
Sure.
Grab your bag. We'll explain everything outside.
Why are we isolating the conversations?
Yeah, ma'am, as of today, you're trespassed from Target.
I'm sorry?
As of today, you're trespassed from Target.
On the basis of you hitting me?
Ma'am, let's go. Outside.
No, that is not going to
Either you
happen.
walk out on your own or in handcuffs.
Oh, I will be arrested for this cause.
Okay, come on. Come on.
No, I'm
Come
not
on,
gonna move.
don't make this
No,
more
you're
difficult than it has to be.
it's gonna be on camera. Where are you holding your lines at?
Come on.
So it's very straightforward. Any business can refuse a customer. If I go to Wendy's and I like my haircut, they don't have to serve me.
Does he have to?
That's all this is.
So
He
he gets the right to kick me out after he hits me? He didn't bubble
So-
that? He can't bubble that up in management?
He is speaking on
asked-
behalf of the company at this point.
Really?
That's what he's doing.
Exactly. So he can speak on behalf of the company at that level, but he couldn't do it there?
I wasn't out there. I'm sure tensions were a little different than they are at this moment in time. So
No, you're gonna reconcile that. You're not gonna give me any more lies. You will tell the truth about the situation. No. You are trying to arrest me for him hitting me.
Correct. You are under arrest.
Yes.
You're under arrest for menacing and disorderly conduct. Okay? Now, here's what we would like to do. We would
Let's
rather you
make
walk
this
outside and not make a big deal. If you're going to make a big
No,
deal,
you're
we're going to have to handcuff you and do all
Yes,
that
you
other stuff.
will. Yes, you will.
Let's go.
Go ahead, stand up then.
I'm not gonna.
Don't get resisting to. Okay?
Let's do it.
Let's not.
If we're gonna go into it, let's do it. If you're gonna hold every line, you know what happened here.
I know, I just watched the video.
I asked to open a conversation, and he's still blocking me out, and you guys are protecting it.
Ma'am, you chased the one employee all the way to the front, okay? You made contact with her body by pushing your body into hers. I just watched it clear as day on the video.
Okay?
He then came out and you followed him all the way back here,
Okay?
making him fear for his safety. You backed him into an office and you got hit in the face, unfortunately.
When people are backed into a corner, they can choose, they can choose to do the right thing, or they can choose to lash out.
Okay, you were in the wrong here, just so we're
I
clear.
held the line.
You didn't hold
And
the line.
I moved my line continuously. I asked, and when they did not respect, they were gatekeeping me. Like the whole world has kept people.
Yeah, you were
And
free to leave at any time,
Absolutely.
but you didn't.
Absolutely.
So,
Because it wasn't
you
right.
amplified the situation. No, you wanted something
When the
for...
laws are not right,
You wanted something...
you make a stand so they can change.
Are you ready to go
If
outside?
the laws are meant to hold people down, you will fight for me, my community.
Okay, let's go outside.
You will come for me.
Okay, let's go outside.
What happened?
You got mad at them because they wouldn't give you your
You
card for free.
I literally, no.
Yes.
You saw my heart. You understand what I was trying to do. I explained it to you.
Yeah, you were trying to have them comp some of the extra stuff. Yes. Stuff
Through
that
a
you couldn't
large
afford.
conversation.
And then that large conversation spoiled into this, unfortunately, and this is
Correct.
where we are.
We're done. I need you to turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Thank you.
Violate my rights as a human being to protect the law. I asked nicely, and I got refused, and I stood a line that scared them, and they lashed out.
Karen was brought to the police station and charged with menacing and disorderly conduct. But Karen wasn't the only shoplifter who thought she could get away with stealing.
Right now, you're under arrest for theft.
For what?
For theft, I just explained.
Apparently, Target is the place to be for shoplifters because on August 16th, 2023, this habitual shoplifter was caught with several stolen goods. The woman was caught before, and when the store called in the theft in progress, officers waited for her at the exit.
From this store that's history of shoplifting here, today you received for a while possibly concealing items to include clothing, jewelry, some other items, stop at self-checkout, and they wanted me to get you identified so that they can prosecute you for the other incidents, and they wanted to know if you concealed any other items. Would you be willing to open up your purse so I can see you didn't conceal anything? So there's items with target tags on those.
I came in here with that.
What's that?
I came in here with that.
And just so you know, our body cams are on, so you're being recorded.
That's what looks like underwear or some sort of
Yeah, so it's looks like an underwear, jewelry, and like a pair of shoes.
I don't have no shoes.
Shoes about the jewelry.
Jewelry? I've been in here with this.
So every single one of those things has tags on them, and when they go back, that's a lot of jewelry.
Alright, well, you can have this.
Have it?
That's what I saw her select. That's ours. Alright.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to jail, please.
So right now you're under arrest for theft.
For what?
For theft, I just explained.
Get off me!
No, stop.
No, get off! Stop! No, please get off me! Get off me!
Absolutely does not have to. You broke my watch.
Oh my gosh, please get off me!
Hey, put your hands behind your
No,
back. You're under
please
arrest.
get off! For what?
You're under arrest for theft, just like I told you before.
What? Okay, let me get up! Let me get up!
No, lay down.
Let me get up!
The woman tries to run from the cops after she realizes she got caught red-handed. The woman, however, still doesn't seem to want to admit her wrongs.
Put your hands behind your back.
Can I get up,
Hands
please?
behind your back.
Can I get up, please?
Hey, stop pulling your
Hey,
hand away.
hey, let me get up. Can I please get up?
No.
Why?
Listen,
Can I please get up?
listen. The more you resist,
No,
the more
wait.
things I do
I'm
that's
not
going to
trying
hurt.
to go to
Stop.
jail. Stop!
Stop resisting. As soon as you stop resisting, we can get you in handcuffs.
God,
Come and bring your
Get
kid to
you
the
up,
lower back.
I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to go to jail. I
Well, you
got
just
out of
chose it
jail.
today. 1 King 2-5, 1 custody. We'll take 6 King and fire to do an eval.
Stop! Oh, my leg.
Sit up.
Nope, keep your feet out.
So I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to go to jail, though.
You should have thought about that before you run.
I'm
Unreasonable.
sorry.
I could have cited you and released you.
Please,
You
man.
started this.
I'm so sorry.
Now you're under arrest for obstruction as well for trying to run.
I'm so sorry.
Take a step to your left. Separate your feet.
Please.
Don't want you to kick my partner. If you do, you're going to get an assault on officer charge,
No,
too.
I'm not gonna kick. Please, let me go, please.
All right, let's walk to the police car.
I apologize. I'm so sorry.
I think the throwing of the Pepsi on me
I
is
know.
not necessary.
I know. I'm so sorry. I really do apologize. Like, can you please let me go?
No.
I just got out of jail. Oh my God.
All right, so this is going to be the back of my hand. I'm going to pat you down, make sure you have any weapons on you. Before I do that, can you tell me if you have anything sharp, dangerous, potentially hazardous, needles, bazookas, guns? Okay, back of my hand.
Please, I'm not trying to go to jail.
Yeah, you have tried to establish that.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is the back of my hand here. Do
What's
you have
your
anything else secreted on you?
What's your first name?
Twa.
Twa?
Okay, 12. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right at this time to talk to a lawyer, have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of the rights I've explained to you? Can you say it louder, please?
Yes, I understand.
Having your rights in mind, do you want to talk to me now?
Yes, I don't want to go to jail. Please,
What was going on inside?
apologize.
You concealed all of those items that you offered to give back?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Oh, because I don't want to go to jail?
No, I'm saying you concealed them in the store. Did you have any intention of paying for them?
I was at first, but then I didn't because I didn't have enough money for them.
Okay.
So, apparently stealing is alright when you don't have the money to buy the items in a store. Interesting reasoning from this young woman. She was eventually charged with possession of stolen property, resisting arrest, and possession of drugs. This woman just had terrible reasoning, but the next woman preferred a different approach.
Can you come here, please?
No.
You're under arrest.
You can't arrest me! Get off of me!
On March 16th, 2023, officers got a call about a shoplifter who got caught red-handed. When officers arrived at the scene, they stumbled upon a woman named Rakia. What followed is just a sight to behold.
I'm sorry, you said what? You had
We do
what?
not have paperwork from you guys. She always bails out of here.
Have you guys told her
Yes.
not to come back? Okay.
Yep.
I'll need a statement in reference to that, so.
Hi there, Randy Wilson, Levy Police Department. You're being detained right now. You're not free to leave. Can you come here, please?
No.
Don't go out that door.
It is an emergency.
You're under arrest for trespass.
No.
You're under arrest.
I'm not under arrest.
Stop.
I'm not under arrest. I'm not under arrest.
Yes.
I'm not under
Do not resist me.
I'm not under
Okay, I'm
arrest.
fighting one. Get down.
I'm not under
On the ground. I'm not going to use hands on you. You're under arrest for resisting. Stay here. Stay on the ground. Stay on the ground. Stay on the ground.
No!
Do not fight me. Do not fight me. Stay on the ground. Yes, you are.
I'm not!
Stay on the
I'm
ground.
royalty! They said I could have anything
Okay.
free! They said I could!
Stay
So
on
I'm
the
not
ground.
under arrest!
Stay on the ground.
I'm not under arrest!
Stay on the ground.
I am not under
Calm
arrest!
down. Stay on the
I'm not
ground.
under arrest! I'm not under arrest! They gave me the moon and the universe! I'm not under arrest!
Okay, stay here on the
You're
ground.
not supposed to! I'm not supposed
Stay
to go
on
to
the
jail!
ground.
I'm my own human! Leave me
Stay on the
alone!
ground.
I'm not
Do not
supposed to go
resist.
to
Do not
jail!
Do not
I'm
resist. Do
not
not fight.
supposed to go to jail!
Okay, we'll talk about that. Calm
Leave me
down.
alone!
Calm down.
No!
Yes, calm down.
No! Leave me
Don't
alone!
fight me. Calm down.
Leave me alone!
Calm down.
Get off of me!
I'm not gonna get off of you, but you need to calm down.
Get off of me!
You need to calm down.
No! No! Get off of
I'm
me!
not getting off of you. You're under arrest.
No, I'm not!
Stay down on the ground.
No, I'm not! Give me to use the bathroom, that's it!
Stay
I'm
down on
not
the ground.
under arrest!
Yes, you are. Stay on
No,
the ground.
I'm not!
Don't kick me.
No, I'm not under arrest! No, I'm not! Get off of me!
I'm not getting off of you. Stay down on the
No,
ground.
I'm not arrested!
Stay down on the ground.
No, you're an imposter!
I'm not. I'm the police.
No, you're not!
Okay, stay on the ground.
You're a liar! Liar! No! You're being hypnotized, you can't!
Stay on the
You
ground.
can't arrest me!
What's your name?
None of your business! Get off of me!
Nope.
How do you not trespass? You're a liar! You're going against your job!
Stay on the ground.
No, he's a liar! He's a liar! Mr. President! He's a liar! Get off of me! Get off of me!
We need to get her on her.
Get off of me! Get off of me! They gave me the earth and the moon and the stars. Give They said I could come and get them, but all I had to do was go to the bathroom, and
I think my body camera's
I just had to go to the bathroom.
We want to go on their side.
And they gave me the universal. The President of the United States gave me permission. It's on the site. It's on the website. Ow! You're sitting on my ankle!
Just take a breath.
No, he's holding my ankle. And you don't even look. This is why you guys are a disgrace. And I am going to tell the President of the United States. Because that is who I'm in contact with.
You're being
You.
audio and video recorded.
You. They're liars. I had permission from the President of the United States. And these people who are harassing me and have been stalking me are the reason that you're here. And the reason I've been getting kicked out of everywhere. I'm not lying. Stop hurting my foot. You are being rude. See, right now you're being hypnotized. There's red in here. And I didn't do this to myself. I'm not a liar and I'm not mean. Ow! Ow! You just did that on purpose. You don't do that to me. I'm not mean. I forgot everything.
The woman keeps resisting, making it very difficult for both herself and the police officers. In fact, she is resisting so hard, the officers don't see another way but to strap her down fully.
I'm not mean. Please be gentle. No, I don't want to be in there. I wasn't supposed to go to jail. That's what the President of the United States said. I didn't do anything wrong. I really did not do anything wrong. I have white coat syndrome. I have white coat syndrome. Trying to call me violent and Dominique Corbin Johnson. They think I'm trying to do something against them. It was a lie. I didn't do this in the time. It's not like I ever seen it. I'm the one who was helping. I'm not a liar. No imposters. I'm not a liar. Please, no. No. Ow. I'm not working against you guys. Ow, my leg. My right leg. My left leg. Oh my God, get away from me. Please get away from me. Please get away from me. No.
Get a helmet.
That one's hurting. That one's on too tight. Please don't. I had a vision. Please don't do this to me right now. Can you hold my leg, please?
What's that? Go off.
Why are you doing this to me? The president said I didn't have to do. That I didn't have to do. I don't want to go to jail anymore for the rest of my life because of what happened to me. Please, there's rat in the air. You can't do this to me because there's rat in the air. I mean, you just continue. Stop. You guys don't even notice when you're being hypnotized. Please give me. This is McQueen's and this too. No, I'm not. This isn't my fault. You said I wasn't gonna go to jail for the rest of my life. Oh my God. Why are you doing this to me? Please stop. Please let me go. I'm not supposed to go to jail. And they promise. It's not a lie. You were hypnotized in a way because of those girls. Now put me down and let me go, please. That's what happened.
Yeah.
No. I'm not supposed to go to jail. I'm not. President of the United States said that I wouldn't have to go to jail for the rest of my life because of what I did for this place.
You gotta feed it all the way around.
Ow! It's not a lie.
Raquia was brought to the police station and charged with assault, burglary, and resisting arrest. Again, a prime example of a failed shoplifting attempt. In this next case, however, the thieves got surprisingly far in their attempt to steal from a shop.
Girl, she sat in her face. There was another one dressed exactly like her.
You know what they took?
Clothing. Just came in and shoved it in the bags.
In April 2023, police officers were called by this store owner. He had just seen 2 shoplifters leave the store with stolen clothing, but he was too late to catch them. Officers waited for them on the road, and when recognized their car, stopped the 2 thieves.
Off your vehicle.
Apaga el carro ahora. ¿Ah? ¿Está apagado? Pon la llave allá arriba. Pon la llave allá arriba. She's saying it's off.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, so, ¿de dónde ustedes vienen ahora? ¿De dónde vinieron ahora?
The ladies are hesitant and try to avoid questioning by the police. The Spanish-speaking female officer, however, doesn't back off that easily and keeps asking the ladies questions about where they came from and what they did.
Comprando. Okay, so, ¿tienen la licencia? ¿Tú no tienes licencia? Okay, so, ¿de qué tienda viniste ahora?
Hace rato andando.
No, pero ¿qué tienda?
No, necesitaba tienda aquí cerca.
Baja la ventana para que él te pueda ver.
Es que no puedo porque tengo que prender.
Okay, so she can't roll down that window because we made her turn off to her car. Okay.
Take your seatbelt off.
The officer asks the women out of their car. The woman doesn't have a driver's license on her, which is illegal on its own. The officers, however, already know enough and decide to detain the woman. What they didn't foresee is a problem with language coming up, making the situation ever more difficult.
Okay. Gírate. Abre las piernas.
¿Por qué está pasando esto? Estoy nerviosa, disculpe.
So, tenemos una llamada que había una ropa que... Ponte un poquito para frente así.
Méteme la mano nomás, no hay problema.
Okay, no, está bien. She's alright.
I'll detain her.
Yeah.
Both hands, go hands.
Okay, pon las manos así.
Read her mind. Don't answer any questions. Just read to it.
So I need them in Spanish. Not exactly the same. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Disculpe, ¿me puede entregar mi teléfono? Que no quede en el vehículo, que no sé por qué me están llevando.
Okay, en un momento te vamos a dar las cosas.
Okay.
Do you have Miranda in Spanish? So my Spanish is going to be not exactly the proper way for Miranda. You know what I'm saying?
Just hold off for a second.
Reading someone's rights is one of the cornerstones of criminal law. People need to know their rights, and having a language barrier isn't an excuse to skip this. If police proceed without telling the women about their rights, a good lawyer can have a serious case when this gets to court. The Spanish-speaking officer makes a good attempt, however, to ensure all rights are being followed.
Did you search her? You want me to do a search?
do that too.
Okay.
Necesito saber dónde se llevan el carro.
Okay.
Send the pictures.
But when we stopped, they were doing something back here. So I don't know if they were. Oh yeah.
It's like Burlington coat.
Yeah, that's Burlington coat for sure, 100%. you see, look. So there's some, look, this is what the Bashirs, look. Yeah. So they took, all of these too, yeah. So when we stopped them, I could see them fumbling around back here, and they were just probably taking tags off of stuff. See, look, another tag. And they got this ripped off.
Couldn't live with this.
Yep.
Apparently, the woman stole clothes and ripped the tags off to get rid of any evidence as soon as possible. After the officers got photos and videos of the scene, their case was done pretty quickly. The photos gave them probable cause to search the vehicle, after which they found all of the stolen items just lying there in the back. The women never got a sentence for the incident, presumably for a lack of rights reading, or a different procedural error by law enforcement. The next suspect, however, did certainly get a sentence, and for a serious felony as well.
We need your help, man. We had a sting. We have somebody that stole over $5,000.
The suspect in this clip is a Walmart employee. On June 6, 2023, officers were called into a neighboring store, where a Walmart employee was accused of stealing thousands of dollars from her employer. When the officers arrived, the situation became more clear to them, giving them a great insight into this money-making scheme.
Okay.
You guys had today they happened?
Yeah, it's right now. It's in action.
Oh.
Yeah, it's happening right now. So we're doing the exit interview, and so the person is sitting down right now.
In the office?
In the office.
Okay.
Waiting. Okay. And so cameras already been rolled, evidence has already been collected. She did something with someone in the parking lot.
Okay.
All right. So it started. Yeah. So.
Why don't you just take him to Jennifer?
Okay. All right.
You guys want to press charges though?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm waiting for
Arrest
my partner to come and then we'll.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I had.
Want to have them stalled a little bit longer?
Yeah. I called Farino.
Okay. Farafino?
Farafino. Yeah. He's my buddy, man. So we met. And so we connected. So we're trying to do this whole thing where, we bring you guys in not when we have problems, but we're going to do, appreciation and just have customer appreciation. Plus we're doing the store over, so we want you guys to be around and just know that,
Yeah, because I used to
it
in
ain't
the
for the
days
best.
with all
We
that.
don't want to have issues, and but this young lady, which my boss who's over it, because me and him, we go from store to store to do investigations and audits. So originally on 5/19, it started with her stealing. She hasn't even been here 2 months. So, obviously when a person starts stealing, so that was the first time. Yeah, so first thing is shoplifting, not paying for stuff, $200. And then over the past several weeks, our register has been missing, 1,000, 2,000, 1,800.
So when people get newly hired, they're allowed access to just work as cashiers?
Not normally. They normally, they do something else. They're not handling so much cash. And for whatever reason, I guess, people thought she was trustworthy and that we could trust her.
The woman only worked at this store for just 2 months, but she was apparently trusted by the staff to handle large sums of cash. This gives the suspicion she is quite manipulative and able to bend people to her will quickly. Her calm behavior also gives hints about her cunning personality.
What's your name, Sarah? Yeah. And my boss's name is Jennifer.
It's 954.
I'm sorry, how are you?
268-7550.
Just do me a favor, just stand up for me. Put your hands right back. You got any weapons or anything on you?
Police can go back there. Like up front. And we will try to avoid what.
No, we have to contact fire safe. I don't want to be chasing them.
I mean, is there a back?
There's a back.
Okay. You want to put your car on back?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going, bro? So do you guys have everything, all the information? Do you have the receipts?
I have all the information. It wasn't receipts, really, it was cash.
Oh, it was cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, did he mention something about an affidavit?
Okay. I'll go ahead and grab the affidavit.
Okay.
Because I don't know anything about the case.
I have 13 different stores, so you guys are the first ones that have asked for that from Pompano. So if it's something that you guys always require, I can have them save it. And
okay. Perfect.
We'll do that going forward.
How much cash is it?
Around 7,000. So I have 5,000 of it documented, but she admitted to the other one, so I'm gonna go ahead and document that to them, and I can send that to you guys.
Gotcha.
But she has a cash here somewhere. She said it's at the smoke shop.
Somewhere, yeah, in the smoke shop. So we
But
don't know what.
she took 1,500 today, so it's. She said it's by the smoke shop.
So I don't know if it's by the smoke shop over there.
Why don't we ask her before we did?
Yeah, we'll try to do this.
Yeah.
Watson sent out.
You want any help with this or you? No, I got it.
Yeah, parking. I'll show you everything they did. Everything's easy.
Okay, perfect.
Easy PC and.
Sounds good.
So let's grab her and she'll walk.
It's in the parking lot. It's in another store.
Yeah, the smoke shop's at 12:39 or something like that.
She stashed it there.
I'm not gonna.
Let's just.
She has to know somebody there. That would be my guess.
So question is CI gonna do the PC or is CI gonna do the PC or
just to have her tell.
You guys can't open it?
No, we are. No. We're asking you. What money came from the store?
Just 100.
Just the hundreds, not the tens inside here.
How much is there?
How much? 40 times 100 was that 4,000? 4,000.
On top of this?
Found inside the black.
She was brought to the police station and charged with grand theft. We also have the interrogation video for this woman, and what happens might very well be the most hilarious interrogations of shoplifters ever caught on video.
My stuff's still gonna be in there, right?
Yeah, all your stuff's out there right now. I'm writing all the paperwork for you.
Will someone be in here?
Yeah, he's coming in right now, dude. How are you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm just cold.
Yeah. Are you sick?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you just prefer to have.
Yeah, when I was at work, I just don't like to have it on because I work. A lot of old people come in and I don't play that.
Oh yeah. So I want to talk to you about everything that happened today. How long have you been working at Walmart?
2 months.
2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So that right before your birthday or
Right after.
right after?
It was probably a month then.
Okay. Where'd you work before that?
Walmart.
Which one?
Federal Highway. Not that one. The one that's right by a gas station.
Is that all the way up north?
No, it's not too far from a Publix. You know Publix Hillsborough Square?
Oh, all the way up there.
Mm-hmm.
What happened over there? Why'd you leave? Isn't that one closer to your house?
It is, but I left because I left my parents' house. I wasn't living down in Pompano anymore.
Where are you living now?
I was living in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Miami.
And Miami? It was just like on your own or with your friends?
Boyfriend.
Okay. You seem like you're disappointed.
Very.
Yeah? How long did you know him?
Who?
Your boyfriend.
Oh. We've been together for like a year and some months. It will be 2 years, December.
Okay, so you guys are still together?
Yeah.
Why?
It's complicated.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like it's complicated. It looks like you got it all figured out.
It's complicated.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is he messing around? Or he's got you in a trick bag?
I can't say messing around because he believes in having multiple wives. I'm just not part of that.
What is he, Mormon?
He believes in
Or he's Muslim?
the Most High.
The Muslim?
He's not Muslim.
But he believes in like what?
Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
Oh, so he's Jewish.
Yeah, he's one of them Israelite.
Ah.
Yeah.
But hey, he must be doing something right, right?
No, I ended things like what, a couple days ago. Yeah.
So what does he do for work?
Okay. At first, he was selling. Now I think he's working at Wingstop. If he still works there, I don't know.
You was there. Who you living with then?
I'm back at my mom's house right now. I was trying to get my life back in order, so I was back at her house.
You're trying to press fast forward on that, getting life back together.
Yes, man.
Is that exactly what happened?
Exactly what happened.
Damn.
So you know you want something to go by faster than it's supposed to because it's taking forever.
Yeah, it's like let me press a fast forward button and make this happen. It's tough. So you do know you worked for a really big corporation, right? Is there a reason why you were like, oh, they're so big they won't know? Is that kind of the thought process?
I don't know. Honestly, I was really just trying to get my life back in order.
I can barely hear you.
I said, I don't know, honestly. I was really just trying to get my life back in order.
Yeah?
Just trying to make it quicker than it was supposed to.
So, there's one good thing that could come out of this. And it looks like you want this to be the first and last time this ever happens with you.
Yes.
Right? So, I don't tell this to a lot of people because a lot of people that I sit across, they're legit criminal. Like, they're career offenders and they're career criminals. And however, your first time offense, what I can do is give you the opportunity and say, hey, Sarah, clean your plate.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, so let's do that then. And unfortunately, this is how we had to meet. You know? So, you've been working there since right after your birthday, right? At Walmart. When did you, like, start either taking items or kind of take caring? I don't know if you had a family come through, you know? Or when you started taking money, you know? When did it start?
I think it had to start this month.
This month? This month is June.
No, not June. I'm thinking it's May. I meant.
It started in May?
Yeah.
You think beginning of May? End of May? What do you think?
Probably the beginning.
Beginning of May?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you start with? Like, what did you first start taking?
At first, I took a couple hygiene stuff because I didn't have the money for it, and I just started working there. I bought hygiene stuff, and then started taking money. Wasn't going to. The only reason is because back in 2021, decided to open up a credit card in my name, I knew what a credit card was, but I didn't know how it functioned, so I played around with it. I was young, so I didn't know, which made me go into debt. 21 years old in debt.
How much debt did you go into?
I'm at $5,000.
So how much, first time you took money, how much did you end up taking?
It was one something. I
1,000 something?
Was it 1,000? Probably was 1,000.
Okay. That was like beginning of May. And how were you doing it? Is it kind of like the same way you were doing it today, like where you kind of leave it underneath the register?
Yeah.
Is that exactly how it started, or was it some other way?
No, that's exactly how it started.
Okay. So you started taking like $1,000, 1,000. In the beginning of May, to where you do it like on every shift?
Yeah, every shift.
Every shift 1,000. And how many days were you working?
How many days was I working? My schedule wasn't a set schedule, so some days I'll be off 2 days, some days I'm off 1 day. Really
So roughly you're working like 4 or 5 days a week? So about, you were taking about 4 or 5 grand a week?
Yeah.
Okay. And then today, all the money that was in your purse, right? How much of that was just today? Was all of it pretty much all Walmart's? No?
The one that was Walmart was stuck together. The one that wasn't Walmart is mine.
Was that from your previous stuff that you had done?
No. That's the one I went to the bank for.
That's the one you got a paycheck for?
Yeah.
And you got paid out in 100?
Yeah. Because I had to pay the light bill, so I went to the bank. Give them 130 something plus change. That was mine. The change that's in there, that's mine. The one that's with.
So $130 is yours?
Yeah, that's mine. Whatever wasn't in the pile is my money.
And then a bundle of like $800.
Then that's my money. That's for a car. That's not theirs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there was approximately, I think it was like, I want to say 4 or 5,000 that was in a bundle today.
That they took, yeah, that's theirs.
That bundle. Is that more or less the size of bundles you would take?
Yeah, that'd be less. Today was a lot, but it's less, yeah.
It's less?
It's less. Gosh.
So today was less?
No, today wasn't less. Today was more.
Oh, okay. Today was more.
Less, yeah.
Usually take less. Okay. Today was, unfortunately, the day that.
Which is crazy because tomorrow it was gonna be the day I'll go get my license to go to the bank and then pay off that $5,000.
What did you end up doing with the other? Well, if I do the math, like every other week, if you do 4 or 5. So over the course of the month of May, that puts you at like 10 grand. So what did you do with that then?
I also have T-Mobile. I was paying. I had a job. Remember, I quit because I left my parents' house. So I was in debt with T-Mobile too. That was $3,000, and I started there off one by one. I got me a new phone, but it's not with them. It's with Boost Mobile. So I started doing little payments with T-Mobile. That's when I was gonna go to the bank and finish that off.
So you paid a couple grand to T-Mobile. You paid a couple grand to Boost Mobile, you said?
No, I said I didn't wanna. I'm not gonna say like I left T-Mobile. I just stopped paying them because I didn't have money to pay for my phone bill. So I just came to T-Mobile. I'm not with T-Mobile anymore. I just came to Boost Mobile. I'm not with T-Mobile anymore.
Okay. So what'd you end up doing with the rest of the money? Like, did you pay rent? Did you help your mama? Did you give it to your boyfriend? What'd you do?
It was my mom.
How much did you end up giving it to her?
I don't remember how much I ended up giving it.
She didn't ask you like, hey, where you getting this from?
If she did, and I would say, Mom, don't worry about it.
Cause that bundle today was just 4, and if every other day you were doing 1,000, you're looking at about just doing simple math. 5, 10, get 15, probably in the range of like 22 grand.
22.
I'm just basing like first week. Let's say if you start in the first week
It
of May.
can't be 22 grand.
No.
It's not that.
The woman doesn't want a lawyer, admits to everything, tells the officer her boyfriend deals, and didn't show a single sign of remorse. That sure is some way to screw yourself over.
I'll leave those gift cards.
You would think the next woman is smarter, because she approached the stealing in a different way. The next woman was caught for stealing over $5,000 in gift cards. Her reason for this? Well, gift cards aren't money, so that's legal, right? Okay, maybe not smarter after all.
What tipped you guys off to this?
The corporate.
Okay. The corporate system.
Yeah, they send us the information. I like apologize, but I had a call Sunrise.
Maybe stand up for me. Place your hands behind your back. Okay. Do you have anything on you that I need to know about that's going to stick me, poke me, or hurt me? No. No? Okay. You understand what's going on today?
Yeah.
Okay. You mind if I sit for a second? Yeah. All right, you can take a seat. It's right?
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. You're detained at this point for grand theft, okay, based on what Elvis, the LP, has told me. I'm going to read you your rights. I'm going to get all your info, ask you some questions, and we go from there. Okay? All right? I know your mom's on the way?
No, she's on the way. She's supposed to be on the way.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. You ever been read your rights before?
No.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to the presence of an attorney before and during any questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you prior to any questioning if you desire. Do you understand? Would you like to talk to me about what happened?
Yeah, if I return some of the cars, would any of the money get taken off?
Unfortunately, no, because it's already lost from our inventory. So we'll have no choice but to charge you for the whole amount that was lost during the return process.
So what happened? How long have you been employed here?
For almost a month.
Okay. And what happened?
So we can do like returns for stuff and then get credits from the store.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't realize like it was actual money. I just thought it was Burlington credits. Like it wouldn't cause any loss or anything. And I was just trying to get my siblings some gifts for Christmas.
Yeah, right. I'm just not sure what to even say here. Let's proceed.
Okay.
But I didn't know it was actual money.
How many times did you do this transaction return to get credits, if you had to guess?
I've done it a couple of times, but I haven't. I only bought stuff once.
Okay.
After I bought that stuff for Christmas, I asked them, and I was like, the person who was checking me out, he was like, "Oh, you can't do that. Like that's actual money." Like he told me that I couldn't do it, and I haven't bought nothing else, and I still have the gift cards. Haven't used them after that. After he told me that I wasn't allowed to do that.
Okay. How many gift cards did you have total?
I had like 5 or 6 gift cards, but
And how much dollar on each one?
some of them had like $14, $50, $100. The most one had was $213, which I used on Christmas. The other gift cards, I still have them at home. Haven't used them or nothing.
Okay. Still have gift cards. Do you know how much money you have left on those gift cards that you still have?
No.
Okay. Do you know how much you spent on Christmas?
I forgot the amount he said. It was $413.
$431. Okay. That was on Christmas. And when did this start? When did you start doing this return stuff?
Like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago when I learned how to,
Who taught you?
One of the managers taught me how to do the returns.
Were they teaching you because they do it as well?
Yeah, everybody does it. They were teaching me how to do it, like, because I'm supposed to know how to do that.
Okay, so do you think they were doing it for the same reasons?
No, you give the customers a choice to either get Burlington credits or their money back from what they paid for the thing.
Okay. Prior to today, and just be honest with me, you had these gift cards at home.
Yes.
When you learned that it was theft or fraud, whatever it is, why didn't you bring it back or alert a manager like, hey, I've been making a mistake?
I just wasn't going to do it again. I didn't think anybody would notice.
Okay. Were you on shift today?
Yeah.
Did you do any of that today?
Yeah.
Okay, what about yesterday?
No, I wasn't here.
You weren't here yesterday? Okay, so when did you get told?
The day I bought the
On Christmas?
Okay. No, it was December 23rd.
The 23rd, okay. And you haven't bought since then? Did any other store employees tell you, like, hey, I do that, I keep the money, nothing like that?
Nothing like that.
Okay, so it's not like a common thing here, to your knowledge. Okay. Do you have your internal report? Don't you guys type up like an internal thing?
We do after.
After? Okay. All right. And then do you have like the transaction history?
Yep, I have that.
Nice. If you wanna, I only cuffed right in searcher. If you wanna. I don't know. That's a good question. I'll ask that. Oh boy.
Yeah, so she is correct. She actually, so she not really being truthful, so she did one more on the 26th.
Okay. And it was for a total of how many transactions?
10.
I'm sorry, 10.
10,
Bravo 41.
And you were alerted by corporate?
Yep, it was corporate. They emailed us whole entire thing.
Okay. Did you question her prior to me coming in here?
Yes. She wrote her statement.
Oh, she did? Okay, can I see that?
Pretty much everything that she discussed with me.
There's two of the cards right there. I don't know how much you know. I bought these were still in my jacket from the day that I bought. I wore the same outfit.
Okay.
Housekeeping costs. You repeat where that spill was.
Being cleaned up right now.
Okay. Perfect. So, I still have you in the system from Century 20 miles. And you guys want to prosecute?
Yeah, JD wants to prosecute.
Yeah. Are you able to email me that?
I can email you this, yeah.
So if you can, and then do you have CCTV footage?
We do. I was telling JD his cameras are kind of lagging. He said he can do it on his end. If you need it right now, I can.
No, I'll get it later, as long as I know that you guys have it.
And definitely have it.
Okay, so have you seen the actual CCTV?
I did. I saw a couple of transactions. I didn't see because it's about 10 of them, but I saw a couple where she actually does. She does gift receipt. That's how she does it.
Okay.
So she doesn't keep the actual customer receipt. Right before she gives the receipt, she actually does a gift receipt, so that way she can do it.
So does that defraud the customer or the business?
That defaults the business.
The business,
yeah,
okay.
because our inventory.
I gotcha.
And stuff like that.
Does the customer also get their money back?
The customer does not, but the way it would actually default the customer is that they can't return it again.
The item?
Yeah, once you do a return, you can't use that same receipt to do another return. Anyway.
Got it. Okay. Alright. Alright, here's the deal, okay? Because of the dollar amount, it's a felony, okay? We just basically have to process your paperwork, take you down to the jail, they process it, and then they kick you out, okay? Do you have any questions for me? No? What I would suggest is any gift cards you do have, once you get out, any gift cards you do have, I would say bring back, because it will show maybe the state attorney who's going to prosecute the case that you're trying to give back the stuff. I know Lewis has his hand set, he's an LP, he's got to follow what corporate says, but I'm talking about the court side of it. It may help you just to give Burlington their stuff back, okay? We're just going to walk you to our substation and we'll go from there, okay? You have any questions? Any property here that's yours other than that?
I have a purse in the front that's under register 1.
Under register 1?
What color is it?
What color?
Red.
It's red. Does it have like your ID and stuff in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it have anything in it we need to worry about?
No.
Okay. Alright, we're good. I'll take you out, okay? I'll leave those gift cards. If you can just
Those are
those are the ones they already used.
No, I didn't use those.
Do they have money?
I don't know.
Is that your registered
That's my
card?
employee card right there.
Do you want the employee card to stay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll clock you out, which is 624.
624. Is she going to be trespassed from the store?
Yeah.
For how long?
I think JD usually does a year.
A year? Okay, because it'll be from the mall for a year. It's whatever you guys do, from the whole mall. So I'll explain that all to her. Alright, well, I'm going to walk you the quick way, so we don't have many people see you.
Want to make a copy?
Yeah, that'd be great. And then if you can meet us at the substation. You know where it is, right? Avenue 3. Avenue 3. Okay. Or can one of you guys wait with him and when he gets the purse or somebody?
I don't know where I am.
Come on, Paul. We're gonna do this one. Actually, let's hug the.
The woman was charged with grand theft, but the case is still pending. Moral of the story? Just because you want Christmas gifts doesn't mean you can steal. But I don't think have to tell that to you guys. The final case of today is about a woman who stole an incredible amount of money, but according to her, and I quote, "Isn't a person like that?"
I would take like little by little and never take huge amounts like this.
On June 6th, 2021, police got a call about a store owner reporting $25,000 missing. One specific employee had been seen coming to work with new bags and other expensive items. What followed is another typical case of someone who thought she could get away with her crimes.
$100 bills in there total between the two, and now there's only one $100. I'm a nervous wreck.
26.
I never thought this would happen. I treat my
And you got your initials to set on the dollar bills?
The owner chose to devise her own counter-sting operation. She marked the bills with a distinctive letter before the officers arrived as a method to confirm that the money was indeed stolen from her cash register.
That's like we have the bank numbers. Plus we have the serial numbers of the other $700 bills. Okay. So,
Alright.
how do we do this? Do I just go in and just...
How does she look?
She's got a long tan khaki skirt. She's got a black over jacket. She's the shorter of the two. She looks kind of Latin, but a little bit. Yeah. I have the register tape too that she pulled it, like the timestamp too.
Okay, you got that on video, or do you just tape?
I just have me on video, but not her on video doing it. But I have the time that she went overtime on.
Yeah, of course. What's your phone number?
Excuse me, ma'am.
917?
She's on the phone with the customer.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Alright, I'll get some pictures out to you, okay? Alright, perfect. We'll give you a text, okay? I'll try to get them out to you today.
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Castle Police Department.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm here today is because we got a call in reference to something. I was wondering if we could talk to you for a second. Okay?
Yeah, of course.
Is there somewhere...
At this point, the woman is completely oblivious about the fact she got caught in her scam act. She is friendly to the officers and happily follows them, not knowing what she will be confronted with in the next few minutes.
If you want to privately, you can just go in the back.
Yeah, you go ahead and show us.
Just like at the very back.
Yep.
Sorry. Mesh back there.
Alright. So first question is, can you guess why we're here?
I was accused of stealing money at a party. That was it.
Okay, well, you got your car?
Yeah, I do. Alright, I'm just going to read this out to you, alright? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop questioning at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand the rights I just read you?
Sure.
Okay, so tell us about it.
I was really just looking for a tampon. All I was doing was trying to look for a tampon. I thought I started my period, and I had moved this girl's bag. I only paid her back because I didn't want anything to happen. I didn't want it to be put on me because I'm not that kind of person. And the way she was talking to me, like, it felt like it was going to be...
Who was the she? Was it your manager or...
No, it was a girl at the party that I guess she had messaged me, and she said, like, I saw you, the one doing that.
Okay. And what's this young lady's name?
I didn't get to know her. I have it on my phone. I can show it to you.
Okay.
I think it started with an A, but she said, like, either way I'm gonna like put legal.
Okay. And where was this party?
It was at like a New Ways Event Center in Lake Mary.
Lake Mary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we appreciate it, but that's not necessarily why we're here today. We're here because you're being accused of theft. However, the theft is not in regards to that party. It's in regards to something that's happened here today.
Okay.
So, you have a manager who advised us that, well, not manager, you have one of your other coworkers who's advised us that they left a certain amount of dollars, very identifying marks on that. And you were the only person in the store.
Okay.
So
She also has the receipts of the opening of when the drawer was opened, what exact time.
Okay.
Where we're at right now is I can't promise you anything, but for me, and I'm sure also for her, same thing, honesty is the best policy. Okay, so could you tell us anything about that?
I did do it. I'm having some issues with money right now. I just like bought off a new car, so I haven't been working lately. I will admit to that. So
Was it just today, or has it been in the past?
it was today, and then I've done it in the past before, but never like large amounts.
How much would you say?
Probably like
That's why we want you up to the back.
300 maybe was the most beforehand. It's in my bag.
Okay, can I go look through that bag?
Yes, sir. It's gonna be in that pocket.
If I'm wasting your time, I don't want to waste it. You guys have better things to do than this stuff. That makes sense?
No, that's stuff, no matter where it's from, man.
No. Your time is valuable. It's just sad that
Alright, do you mind coming over here for me? Just to identify.
That's not my person. Can I take a picture, or do you care?
I already have all the pictures. This is going on in the report. Can you identify these bills?
Give me 1 second. Do you see any J's so far?
This one.
I have serial numbers. Of the others. I gotta get the serial numbers.
Well, the J's I know are winners.
And there's one J. There's my J's.
There's another J here. This is the only J, but I'll get you the serial number.
That's a J.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Caitlin, I need the serial numbers.
No.
So I'm going to talk to her and see what she wants to do. Okay. At this moment, like I said, you know, what she's alleging, it's a little bit more than I can handle. But like I said, for me, honesty is the best policy. Only thing I can do, have you ever been arrested?
No, sir.
So with situations that have happened, especially with things like death, you know, I can't promise you that, but you don't have a record. So there's no pattern there. Now the situation out of Lake Mary, that has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
We're only here for this to happen today, and the stuff is happening over time. Okay, so like I said, it's not for us to sit there and be like, hey, you did this, to come in and hammer you about anything like that. No, wrong's wrong. You have to be accountable for it.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not a situation where, like I said, it's not foreseeable that you could have a future after this. Okay, so I'm gonna go talk with her, and then I'll be. Because I don't want you to go back in there, and I'll be back. And I have to tell you, at this moment, you're being placed in investigative detention. I'm not gonna put you in cuffs or nothing like that right now. We'll get to that later, okay? But just go ahead.
No, I have supporting documentation.
Can she have a seat for a minute?
Of course.
Can she have a seat?
I have to go back to the board, so just bear with me.
You have your customary stuff. We'll do our best to keep it quiet, okay? Does this belong to you?
The $5 that was given to me from her.
Okay.
I owed her money for coffee, the 5 singles.
Oh, yes. Hey, listen, that's
Let me grab you some people.
Yeah. How many did you do on the press charges?
Yes, I do.
And
Because I added it up. It's several $1,000 that's been going on. You're breaking my freaking heart. I have the documentation in my car. I wasn't prepared to turn it over because I was trying to rule it out. But I'll show you what I was preparing for my insurance company.
Okay, let's see that.
It's well over what she has here. I was hoping she would show it all, what you took this morning, and you didn't. So, no, I'm sorry.
Let's make it not contentious.
A supervisor arrives at the scene and sees the incredible amount stolen by the woman. This is the final bit they needed, and they handcuff the suspect to bring over to the station. The woman stays surprisingly calm, almost like she saw it coming.
Is that the rest of it from today, or?
Yes, sir.
She put the J. Photograph. Is this all from this business?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna put your keys back in your purse if you don't mind.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you.
Do you think that much money's gonna go missing and nobody's gonna notice? I mean, it ain't $20.
I'm going to go count my drawer because I'm going to tell you what I had. The drawer officially.
All right.
All Alrighty, what's your name?
Yana.
Alright, Yana, do me a favor, stand up. Right now, you're going to be placed under arrest for theft, okay? Do me a favor, lift your hands up. Do anything. I'm not going to search you or anything. I'll let them do that at the jail, okay?
1360. Does that sound right?
307-1-1015.
Does that sound right, ma'am? 1360?
I didn't have it.
Okay.
So it was only the one time before this? You took maybe like 300?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was making good money before and I was working a lot more.
So what, she cut your hours or something? Is there a reason why she did it?
To me, I feel like it's because I wasn't doing anything right. So it kind of sucked. But so I'm going to go to jail.
Because of the amount. When she first called us, she gave us a number, and you would have gotten a notice to appear because you could have gotten. That's our supervisor, man. You would have gotten a notice to appear.
Sorry, memory stuff for me. I called them
Let me see that on paper.
You can just look at all of it. You can have it.
And that 22,000 doesn't calculate to 13.
No, because I didn't know if there was gonna. I actually came in because I was planning on just interviewing her.
Right.
She was not originally who I thought it was going to be. I was very shocked. I got it down to just, I rolled out everybody but her and another girl. Yeah. And I actually just thought it was the other girl, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. But now looking at all this evidence and the time clocks when she was here, it all lines up. Makes sense.
Do you recollect any of those things?
Okay. How much do you think you've taken over the years?
It's just this year, by the way.
It's just this year.
It's just this year.
How many?
I didn't keep track.
I mean, you got to have a ballpark in excess of $1,000.
How much was your purse? How much was your car? How much do you think? I want to hear what you think.
That was the most I've ever taken.
At a time, or?
She's missing $22,000.
That's it.
So if you don't think you took that much, you got to have a ballpark of how much you do think you took.
I have documentation here to show I know.
Go ahead and head north for her to pick this up, send you a picture of it. When she's done, that way it gives her time to...
26. Alright, cool.
What side am I going on?
Try to keep it away from, the general public, so not go back to the situation. Like I said, I talked to her.
The woman had to pay back the entire $20,000, and she was given a year probation. That was it again for today. Please like and subscribe. And for now, until next time.